Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima, and I'm here checking out Code Realize, Guardian of Rebirth. That's a very strange name considering the premise of the game, but I won't argue against it. So, this is another visual novel along the lines of Amnesia Memories and Steins Gate. So I'm going to do this the same way that I did those other games. I've only played it for about 50... Wow, that actually goes to the demo mode quickly. I'm going to do this the same way I did Steins Gate and Amnesia Memories, in which I go through and I show off all the systems that the game has to help you feel more comfortable, because when it comes to playing a visual novel that you can read for 40 to 50 hours, even the tiny niggles can turn into big problems. So, we're just going to have a look around, and by have a look around I mean we're going to load straight into the game because the settings menu is much more effective in-game. I can load the prologue up, but unfortunately, unlike Amnesia Memories, and you'll see why I find this to be a bit strange in a moment, unlike Amnesia Memories, there's no time on your save data. So I don't know how long I've been playing it for. But anyway. So here we are, and this might look slightly familiar. This will look a hell of a lot more familiar. If you watched my video on Amnesia Memories, or if you played Amnesia Memories or anything like that, this looks exactly the same. And it's probably because it's by Idea Factory and Automate, who are the same people who did Amnesia Memories, which was a little bit strange for me to find. I just want to know why on earth Axis and NISA both decided at exactly the same time to localize... No, it's not NISA, sorry, Idea Factory International. I want to know why the two of them decided to localize an Otoma game at the same time. I wonder what brought that up. But anyway, if we go have a look around, you can change your skip mode and your skip and your autoplay settings. Now, this setting is a little bit strange. Actually, not a little bit strange. It's a little bit better than it was back in Amnesia Memories, and I'll explain why soon. You've also got your text speed that you can turn up and down, obviously, and your main character icon, because your main character will show up down the bottom left. You might see that in the next few minutes, but it doesn't really matter that much anyway. I don't know why you'd be annoyed by it. And here we are with all the individual sliders, a lot more acceptable. I prefer it if all four of them were in the middle like this, so you had the maximum amount of customization room with all of them, but to be fair, that's actually pretty good as well, and the default balancing isn't that bad. You've also got the individual settings, which oddly enough is also reflected, or could also be reflected in this, because you could make it so that turning down the individual character settings to nothing would mean they have no voice at all, but never mind. You can also press square to mute for some reason, but it just says square to mute here, but it doesn't do anything. That's very strange. I don't know why they've done that. And selection sound. Now, oddly enough, selection sound is a weird way, and the sound can be changed by type. What does that even mean? Like, selection sound you'd think would have something to do with this little cursor sound that's being made. So you hear that? You think it would have something to do with that, but no. Instead, you can come in here and turn off every single voice in the game for some bloody reason. Why you would do this, I don't know, because generally the voice acting in these games are pretty important. You can also, as I showed earlier, turn off the settings for pretty much every other character in the game. You can also come and do button configuration, which is a quite nice change from Amnesia Memories, because now you can change what does what. Unfortunately, you can't be very specific with it, but nevertheless, you can change your quick save and your quick load, and you can change your main menu button, which is, admittedly, this is a big step up from Amnesia Memories. Like, I don't have a problem with this at all. It's good. And you can also change everything back to default. So let's go back and turn on auto text mode. So, this is what I recommend you have it at. You have it at a realistic reading speed, and turn the auto skip text all the way down, because I think they fixed the timings on pretty much all the text in that it all happens a few seconds after the end of the text if you have the auto speed all the way down to minimum, which is somewhat... It's fine, I guess. It's just, I wish I could turn it down a bit further, maybe add an extra second or two onto these times, because, you know, being a relaxed reader myself in that sort of sense, it could do a little better with allowing me to slow it down just a little bit more, but at the same time, at the speed it's at, it's not like I can ask for too much. It's alright. It's not fantastic, but it's alright by all means. So anyway, let's just skip forward to some voice acting.
わからん。いきなり目の前の地面が爆発したぞ。
See, it's not that bad. It doesn't really, like, cut off smaller lines remotely as fast as it would if you've got it like this. See? It's nice. Now, I'll turn the text speed up to maximum because I think it exacerbates this problem a little, and then I'll turn up the auto text speed because it gets a little bit ridiculous. But anyway, so yeah, as you can see, you don't get much time to, well, you do get a fair amount of time to read it for some reason. So you do get a fair amount of time to read it, even when the text speed is up pretty high. I would prefer just a tiny bit slower, the ability to make it a tiny bit slower, but at the same time there are longer lines like that, but oh well. Now if we turn the auto text speed up to, we'll put about halfway, because why not? It actually starts out really low, like down here, so like we'll put it to that. Actually, no, just for the purpose of demonstration, defaults, because why not? This is what it's like by default. Surprisingly slow initial text speed. But I won't argue against it. But yeah, the auto text speeds have been fixed very well. So, and of course, I can't skip something that I haven't read yet because thank you option. But for the purpose of demonstration, hello you. But yeah, it's fine. You can change the controls to something that's more comfortable. The auto skip speed isn't ridiculous, especially since you can customize it a fair bit. And all the other settings are here are just nice things to have. So I don't have a problem with it. It's actually quite comfortable. You've got everything you need, and there's also the glossary, which is kind of annoying. Now, if you get a new term, I'll speed up a little bit, and I'll go and see if... Oh, there was one there, but never mind. Here's fairly... See, there's the main character's icon there. But anyway, I'll explain what I meant. So, the glossary, while there is a bunch of stuff here, whenever a new term does get introduced, it'll pop up a little dialogue on the right side, and you can just press down on the D-pad in order to open up the glossary entry. It's not that big of an interruption. Still, not bad, not by any means. It's a nice little increase from Amnesia Memories quality. It was pretty good, but it had a couple of problems, and those problems are pretty much gone now, so... Again, I'm nowhere near in a position to talk about a story when I usually don't do videos past the first couple of hours, and then there's the idea that the visual novels are basically just fully story all the way through. We're talking like 40-something hours usually for these sorts of things. But yeah, it's a well-rounded package, and if it'll be a comfortable visual novel to read at the very least. So that's pretty much all I've got. That's pretty much all I've got to say about it, honestly. So, yeah. I'll just save it here and pop back to the main menu. There is also a gallery that you unlock later on that lets you view all the stuff like you would in Amnesia Memories. But unfortunately, it's not unlocked yet, so I can't show it. I imagine I have to get a fair bit further, and there's also the Path of Genesis, which I have no bloody idea what that is, but I imagine that's something related to the story. But yeah, Code Realize Guardian of Rebirth. It's well-rounded, it's got a couple of problems fixed from Amnesia Memories, and it's got a full set of options so that you can get as comfortable as you need to be. So, as a visual novel, just based on the engine alone, it's fine, and if you're looking for a Otome game, it probably won't be that bad. And I'm not going to comment on an Otome game story when I've only played like half an hour of it at this point. So, yeah, this has been Blue Maxima, and I'll see you all next time.